Without further ado, I'd like to welcome Carol McEwen, VP of Community. Carol is tasked, as I said, with developing our platform and our community experience. So thanks, Carol.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. So just to let Chris know, and all of you, I don't have as many shirts as he did, so I went home and got changed. The people that were bowling last night, who didn't wear those awesome socks? Because they were awesome socks, I want to tell you, and there are a few left out there, I think so. If anybody wants some more awesome socks, they're out by registration. I've been with Scaled Agile for about 1.5 years now, and I am having the time of my life. We have had the opportunity to talk to many, many people to understand what we can do for you to help bring all this wonderful content that the team is delivering or developing and deliver it to you. I'm beyond excited and really humbled to be with Scaled Agile, just to see what happens every day behind the scenes. It's incredible, and how excited the framework team and every team is to bring this information to you so that you can help bring value to your customers. So the Scaled Agile community, supporting the growth and success of others as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals. Is that what we're here for? Awesome. So we have trained, and people have trained 80,000 people in SAFe. In 105 countries. I heard yesterday that there's a company in Nepal, one company that has 350 people in it doing SAFe. In Nepal. Is that exciting? Wow, that's amazing. 58,000 SAFe certified practitioners in 87 countries. 5,500 SPCs in 56 countries. I think we're making a mark and we're helping people bring value. In North America, 69%. Central America, 1%. Central and South, sorry. EMEA is 17%. And Asia Pacific, 13%. 51% of the members are in the US. 7% in India. 7% in Australia. And those are the top performers in EMEA. Does this surprise anybody? Does anybody know how many we had just a year ago? How many members? 31,000. Now we're at 80,000. We've had 150% growth since September of 2015 and 570% growth since 2014. And we're averaging 4,000 new members a month. That's a lot of people. I'd like to introduce to you the community support and development team. Are they in here? Garen's back there. Rob, is Rob here? Angel, Andrea, Gretchen, and Chris. Thank you, I appreciate that. This team works tirelessly every day, answering questions. And one thing I'm not sure that people know, but we've really worked hard on the systems that we're bringing together to be able to provide that value to you. And our mission is to serve you. It's to provide our members with superior customer service, a stellar experience, and awesome opportunities to stay engaged and inspired, to share your knowledge and success, and together deliver better business value. The community team brings in over 2,000 tickets a month, and we're trying really hard to get those questions answered as quickly as possible. So we put together some processes that, to accomplish our mission, a single point of contact for service, to provide our community with a single point of contact for all service requests, and our goal is to respond within 24 business hours. We're developing the community platform where our members can engage in online communities of practice, elevate their knowledge with access to professional development and enablement tools, and enhance their professional qualifications. And then provide community events such as this, and plan and execute events for, so that we can support, enhance, and grow the community. It takes a village, and we provide a lot of content, but you provide a lot of content too. It's your knowledge that you're out there with your customers every day, and everybody wants to talk about what you've learned and how you've developed and what you've done to try and help others. So we have developed a opportunity for a single point of contact, and we are trying to respond within 24 hours. We're not there every day, but we are there some days. So we're trying, and I do have a question. How many people have ever emailed Angel? How many people have ever emailed Garen? Okay, we're asking you to please email support@scaledagile.com or call this number, 303-554-4367, option number 1. We have more than 2 people now. We have 4 people. We've extended our shifts so that we actually can get to service requests a little bit faster. We've got Sunday covered now, just for tickets, not for phone though. So we've got 10 hours on Sunday actually covered so that we hopefully can get those requests that come in on Friday answered. But, you know, Garen and Angel got to know a lot of people early on, but they can't handle that number anymore. And there's more people on the team that are there to help serve you. So please use this. We have put up a BVIR, our big visual information radiator, for everybody to see. You can see our service desk there. It's up there daily. We look at it very often. There's the number of open cases, there's the number of closed cases, there's the number of people who have logged in per day. I checked the stats this morning, and before 8 o'clock, there had been 250 people that had already logged in the community this morning. And we get about 600 to 700 logins every day. So the metrics I talked about a little bit already, but we process about 2,000 service requests a month, answer about 1,000 phone calls. Last month we processed 280 rosters. So that's all the classes that are going on around the world. 2,125 SPCs, it's probably more than that now because I haven't looked at it for 3 or 4 days, but have actually upgraded from SPC to SPC4 since we implemented the new community. And I did look at this number, certified 11,000 members. That was till the end of end of September. That was to the end of September. It's now 15,000. So I'd like to ask you all, and hopefully we'll have some time for questions, I know we will, just to think about some of the questions that you might have as to what we can do to serve you better, and if this new platform is helping us get to you faster. And talk about the community platform. We've been able to get a lot of feedback from people on, you know, what they would like to see better within the community. I mentioned we've got so much content out there. How are we going to deliver it to you better and faster? We've developed this new community platform that's built on Salesforce, and we also have another learning management system. So we used to have a member management system, and now we have a learning management system for you to help you track your learning as you go through the learning paths that we provide to you. Anybody who takes a class has access to the platform for the first year, whether they certify or not. So hopefully they'll see the value of certifying, because by maintaining your certification, you always have access to this platform. And you always have access to the latest and greatest content that we're delivering to you. So I'd like to take a quick poll. And Chris says we haven't tested it yet this morning, so I'm going to assume that this is going to work flawlessly like it did yesterday. So if you would like to take out your phones and help me understand, how often do you access the new community platform? I think there's a question like, have you ever, and I never have, and I never would, or I have every day, things like that. Okay, let's see what the results are. So 35.1% have never logged in. 27.2% have logged in once. 30% 1 to 3 times per month, and 1 or more times per week, 6.9%. So the platform was really built to answer some of the requests that we've had to help you engage with communities of practice. How many people have accessed the LinkedIn communities for Scaled Agile? Not a whole lot. How many of them believe they're as active as they could be? Nobody. That's why we developed these communities of practice. So now when you become an SA or an SP or an SPC, it's automatically you get put into those groups. We're going to be doing a community demo later on today to get more involved with it, but there's ways that you can actually say, hey, I'd like this information. Anything new that comes to my community, I want to see it every day, or I want to see it weekly, or I want to see it monthly. You can pretty much set that. So we just are encouraging everybody to get in there, use the communities, ask for help from your fellow practitioners. The communities of practice are there for you to share your knowledge and to ask questions for others to share their knowledge with you. To elevate your knowledge with the professional development videos and enablement tools that we're delivering, there's several of them up there, and I'll talk about those in a minute. To enhance your professional qualifications, and then to experience the results that you're seeing, to share those with everybody else. So this is what I was talking about, the communities of practice. So it's very much like LinkedIn. You can add content yourself, you can upload files, you can like things, you can respond to things. And it's a little bit easier to maintain these communities of practice too, because if you're no longer certified, then you'll automatically come out of those communities of practice. So that's one thing with the LinkedIn, it's great, but it's difficult to manage. And this will give you a little bit more opportunity to get in there, see what's new. Elevate your knowledge. So we've got the professional development videos and the course delivery enablement tools. So if you're an SPC 4 who's teaching other classes, the framework team has put together some awesome videos to help people learn how to teach those classes better, right? We want the best instructors out there, and it will help them prepare for those classes. And then there's also things like the Kanban videos, building a Kanban board, and safe DevOps videos that Alex has done, Jennifer's done some. So if you have not been out there, please get on the community and check them out. They're really quite awesome. Enhance your professional qualifications and getting certified. So this feature here is under learning. This is where the learning management system comes in, and you can actually download your workbooks, you can take your exam in here. And Chris mentioned yesterday about the feedback survey that we've just added. The survey feedback form is required before you can get to your exam now. How many people love to get feedback here? Yes? People need to get feedback because it helps make us better, right? Well, when we were sending them out separately, if we get 2 or 3% back, that's not helping us get better. Since we implemented this about 4 weeks ago, we've had more than 2,500 feedback surveys. That's helping us help others get better. So thank you for that. And I have to admit, I've talked about doing this thing before in the past, and I was nervous. I thought people are going to get mad and angry and say, what do you mean you're making me do this? Not one person has said no to it. I'm not taking the exam because I have to take the feedback. And I think Dean mentioned yesterday, if you want people to do things differently, you have to tell them that it's required. It's important to do things differently, right? So this is how we're going to get better. And then the results. This is the results that the framework provides you. Basically the framework is the enabler for the community, but the community is the enabler for you to keep that information up. So what's next? What's in our 2017 backlog? Well, right now, everybody who is a new SPC, an SP, SA, PMPO, anybody who takes a class now goes through the new community except for SPCs. That's because we don't have a few things ready yet, like processing courseware licenses and certification. So they'll start certifying here in the next, hopefully by the end of the year is the plan for that one actually. We'll migrate all the remaining members from the member management system over to the community platform and learning management system. We're going to implement and maintain a knowledge base. So some of those questions that you have to type into support and wait to get answers for, we'll be able to get those up into a knowledge base so that you'll actually be able to just search for them and get those some of those answers a little bit more quickly. We'll improve the dashboards linked to your profiles. So you'll be able to go on, click on your profile and say, oh, look, I took that course from Dean, or look, I took that course from Ken, or I took that course from Alex. And you'll say, oh, I wonder how I did on that. You don't have to go back and look at your emails anymore. You'll be able to check and see, I took that course on this date and I got this amount. And maybe I should go back and relook at those videos that are available to us in enablement now under the video section. Refresh my memory. Track PDUs towards certification renewals. Today we track PDUs just on your honor. We've got the ability now to say, hey, I know this person just took this class at 16 PDUs and let's put it in their account. So we'll be able to track those kinds of things. Expand our community's practice and facilitate exponential growth in in-person meetups. Really, really important to us. Hopefully important to you. How many people here go to meetups on a regular basis? How many people here run meetups on a regular basis? Not too many. Not too many. It'd be really awesome to see a lot more meetups because people get a lot of information from face-to-face communication. And assess feedback from the summit and prioritize it into our backlog. So if you haven't already or been able to provide feedback through the poll, there is a feedback form on the new community that we've been sending some messages out on the mobile app. Please provide us some feedback on there. Also, I mentioned we'll be doing some demos later on. Provide us some feedback there as well. We're hiring community support reps. We only have 4, and we want to be able to get our information back to you in 24 hours. It's difficult to hire community support reps right now, and so please use your network and let us know if you know of some people who would be awesome and work in the culture at Scaled Agile. So I just mentioned meetups. We want to plan and execute effective events. So we need your help too. We want to grow this community together. We can't do it just on our own. This year so far, we've attended dozens of events worldwide. We've been speaking at them, we've sponsored at them, we've hosted them. What do you think? We've hosted this one. We're excited to be at events like this to help grow the community. We have an engaged and inspired growing community of SAFe practitioners now, but it can be much larger. So we're asking you, don't be afraid. Go out there, attend or speak at conferences. Attend a meetup. Host a meetup. Can't find one? Don't be afraid. Start one yourself. Give us a call and we'll help you get one started. Today, this is where there are some meetups in your area. There's probably more that I couldn't find all of them because I don't know about all of them. But next year, I'd love to see it look more like this. Mentioned the community platform demo. We are going to use some of the open space time today. We'll have 3 different sessions. We had to basically say and set this one in stone because we needed some technology in the room to make it happen. So if you do have time to come in there, and we are doing the live demo, we can answer questions, we can help you get logged in if you haven't been able to before or you're having problems with it. But we just really want your feedback. We want to make this the best community platform that there is to help enable you. So again, I mentioned earlier, the Webster's Dictionary is support the growth and success of others as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals. So let's grow the safe community together. Thank you. And I do have time to take some questions if there are any. We've got one here. We're going to get a microphone to you, sorry. I'm going to stand back here too.
So my question is, when I log in to Scaled Agile Framework and I go to the SPC member page, I have a login and password and all that stuff, do that, but then I go to the community, that's a completely different login and password. So are you looking at consolidating that so we have a single login and password to get to everything that we need to get to?
Absolutely. As soon as we get everybody onto the community, the MMS or YM will go away, so you won't have that login anymore anyway, because everything will be on the community platform. And I do understand that we are kind of in 2 worlds right now because of some of the features that we haven't rolled out yet, but that MMS, I promise you, will go away, and it will be just one single login into the community. How soon? Oh, Garen, am I allowed to say it? Early next year, but hopefully before the end of this year. How's that? That's our goal. At the end of this year is our goal, but we've got some intricacies with the courseware licensing and things like that, and making it work for course admins, and yeah. Any other questions? One over here.
So any plans to come up with an app or something that makes this a little easier to get to? I mean, everything today is on my phone. I don't sit at my computer all that much, but any plans?
It's on the backlog, but not very high up on it right now. You can access, you can access it on your phone, but it's not a mobile app. So it does work, but it's not a mobile app yet. So I think I wouldn't even hazard a guess as to when we'll move it up in the priority, because we've got lots of other things to bring more value. But I'd be interested in hearing from others if that mobile app would be, more value than something else. So if you get to come to the community demo later on, or just pop in and put your feedback on the form, we'd really like to hear from you on that. Yeah, thanks. Any other questions? Got one right here.
So currently we get feedback in spreadsheets from the surveys. Does the community site consolidate those metrics so that we can more easily view the aggregated feedback results from our classes?
Yeah, so right now we're basically doing it the same way from the feedback that we get, providing it back into your rosters, but the plan is to aggregate that and put that into the profiles so that you as an SPC or an SPCT can go in and say, oh, I taught these classes, this is the class I taught, what was the feedback from that? And we'll put together some aggregate reports for those too.
Thank you.
Absolutely.